In this video, I am going to be going over absolutely everything that you need to know about Arc Raiders. And all of this information that you are seeing on the screen right here, which is like all just like a huge info dump on like some new things that we didn't know about, and also some old things that you might not know about if you're new to Arc Raiders and if you're just watching this video because you want to know what the game is. So I'm just going to go through all of this. This was posted in the Discord yesterday by Embark Awesome, and they say the executive producer Alexander Grondel, which I'm sure I'm not pronouncing correctly, so I apologize for that, takes us through everything you need to know about what is in Arc Raiders. From topside tricks and tips, map locations, including the mysterious Stella Montis, which is interesting, enemy Arc machine profiles, Raider customization, and pre-order rewards. Knowledge is your best weapon on the surface. Read the full blog here, and then when you click the link, it's going to take you to this page. It does say that the bonus bundle is a Lucky Duck and a Bruiser. So there is that. It will probably say that in the blog as well. So everything you need to know about Arc Raiders. Hello there. I'm Alexander Grondel, the executive producer for Arc Raiders, and today I want to discuss everything you need to know about what's in the game. Arc Raiders is a multiplayer extraction adventure set in a lethal future Earth, ravaged by a mysterious mechanized threat known as Arc. Enlist as a raider and scavenge the surface to thrive in a desolate world. But be aware of the machines, beware of raiders preying on others. It is a PvPvE extraction shooter, so you have to watch out for the enemy AIs, which can mess you up, and then of course also the other players, which you can be friendly with if you want to, with like the emote wheel and all of the cool stuff they have there, but probably they're going to be hostile towards you. In short, you'll build a name for yourself in Speranza by taking on quests, improving your gear with treasures scavenged from the dangerous world above, and making it back alive. Come back with your pack full, or pass out on the surface and return empty-handed. Each trip above will weigh risk with reward, and every decision you make comes with a consequence. Let's dive into some more detail. So, topside. Topside is the place where you will be when you're in game. So when you're like actually in a raid, in a match where there's danger and players and enemies, that's just called the topside. The topside is the place where you spend most of your time in Arc Raiders looking for valuable loot. This could be gameplay items you can use to your advantage, or items you can bring back to craft with. More of that later. The first thing you have to be aware of is you are not alone up there. Arc machines will be looking for you. The Arc come in many different shapes and sizes, but be aware they are all significant threats to any raider. You will face the small 8-legged spider-looking machine called ticks. These are small and stealthy creatures that live inside structures that tend to cling to roofs and walls and will jump and attack any unaware raider. These are pretty weak. They'll normally be destroyed in 1 or 2 shots of like pretty much any weapon, and they are pretty sneaky. They'll also like be destroyed in 1 melee attack, but they're pretty sneaky, and sometimes they can get the jump on you, but you tend to have like a little bit of reaction time before they actually climb onto your face and start damaging you. The snitch can be seen in the air looking for suspicious activity, and if they spot a raider out in the open, they will call in reinforcements. Make sure to stay hidden or take them out quick. A fun fact about the snitch is that if you destroy it and get one of its parts, it's called like a snitch part or like a scanner part, something like that, maybe just a snitch scanner. But if you pick that up and then throw it, you can call in Arc. So that can be useful for like calling in Arc on a player, or trying to destroy the Arc to try and like get some more parts that you need or something like that. Just a little fun fact. We also have larger machines like the Leaper, who patrols outside and poses massive threat with its destructive leap attack. Or the Bombardier, who with the help of spotter drones will seek raiders out and target designate for a lethal mortar attack, which I guess is going to be kind of like an airstrike. We'll have to wait and see. There are more Arc like ground-based Pop, Fireball, and Bastion, and flying Arcs like Wasps, Hornets, and Rocketeers, each with their specific strengths and weaknesses which offer unique challenges. So the Fireball is a ball that rolls towards you, and then when it's within range of you, shoots out like a little flamethrower, and it kind of opens up a panel which you've got to try and shoot to destroy it. It's easiest to destroy when it opens up the panel when it's in range of you. You can just kind of run away and roll away while it's shooting the fire, and then you can just like one-tap it with something that does like decent damage against the Arc. The Bastion is a big scary thing. Wasps are like the basic kind of drone that can shoot at you. It flies in the air. Hornets are like a stronger version of Wasps, and Rocketeers are things that absolutely mess you up At least they did in the previous playtests that I've played. The Rocketeers were like super, super scary to go against if you were solo. You can take them out, it can be done, but they're very scary. You don't want to run into one if you're like already low on health or trying to be sneaky or something like that. These are very scary. But we do have some things I do not recognize. The Bombardier and the Leaper I do not recognize, so I'm very looking forward to seeing what those are like, and they'll probably be in the Surface Slam, which is like tomorrow at the time of this video is going to be going live, so that's all very exciting. There are even larger machines, as large as an apartment building roaming the surface at times. The Queen is furiously defending the Harvester, a structure with unknown purpose. Taking on the Queen will most likely lead to a quick defeat, but for a seasoned raider, there's always a way. There are even rumors of other large variants too, just kind of like a teaser. Ark is by far not the only threat topside, there are other raiders up there as well. Maybe you can make a friend or two, but watch your back as other raiders are competing for the same loot. So the making the friends thing is very, very, very possible. The game already has proximity voice chat, so you can be like a solo, and you can run into another solo, and you can like verbally talk to them, and they'll hear you, and they can talk to you, and you'll hear them, and you can make friends with random people on the internet, which is always a great thing for a game to have. And even if you don't have a microphone, or you don't, like, you turn voice chat off or something like that, there is also like an emote wheel, and there's like a lot of options on that emote wheel. It's not an emote wheel, it's like a voice line wheel, but there's like, hi, wanna team up? I'm going this way. There's like a bunch of stuff on the wheel that you can use to also team up with people, even if you don't have a microphone. You can choose to go alone or as a squad of up to 3 players, all viable in different ways. The matchmaking will prioritize squad versus squads and solos versus solos. So if you go in solo, it's not guaranteed, but it's like highly likely that you'll run into other solos and duos. And if you go in as squad, it's highly likely you're going to run into other squads. And the group size is 3 players, as it says here. The Rust Belt. All topside ventures take place in different locations around the Rust Belt. Your first location will be Dam Battlegrounds, a map that offers forests, swamps, old research centers, and apartment buildings. It's a good place to learn the ropes and many places to explore. After a while, you will also visit Buried City, a pre-collapsed city now covered in sand and dunes. Here, you will explore hospital, mall, town squares, apartment buildings, and old architecture. This is like a very small map. It's got some range to it, but it's like a pretty small map, and you'll be hearing shots everywhere. And it's like got a very nice mixture of kind of like long range rooftops and then kind of like tight alleyways and buildings as well. That's a pretty cool map. It's all like sandy and dusty. The Dam Battlegrounds just kind of looks like a city. It's pretty long range, but there are some close ranges places like as well throughout, but this is more of like a long range map, and it's a much larger map than the Buried City as well. The spaceport is a derelict launch facility filled with old technology across different industrial locations, and this is where it says industrial locations. When you're in game, if you open up the map, like each different area or zone within the map will have like a different icon on it for what type of loot you're going to find. So when it says industrial locations, that means you're going to find like industrial types of loot, which you will need for different crafting materials and all of that. But the spaceport is kind of more similar to Dam Battlegrounds. It's like mostly open with some close quarters areas throughout. The raiders have also found their way to the Blue Gate, a location higher up in the mountains featuring open areas, small towns, tunnels, and underground complexes, to name a few. So this is just a brand new map. This was not in any of the previous playtests, and we'll see here, this is the dam, this is the spaceport, this is Buried City, and then this here looks absolutely beautiful, and that is what the Blue Gate is going to look like, and that looks very interesting. I'm especially excited about like the tunnels and the underground complexes. That sounds very, very, very cool. There are even rumors of a place called Stella Montis, but what that is and how to get there is still unknown. So this is probably just a teaser for a map that's going to be coming down the line, or maybe there's going to be like an event or a way to unlock it yourself or something like that. It's essentially just a teaser for a map that we haven't heard anything about yet. And we actually hadn't heard anything about the Blue Gate up until now either, but I'm assuming that's going to be there on launch. And I'm assuming Stella Montis, maybe it isn't, or maybe there's going to be like some event for it to go live or something like that. But I don't think it's going to be in the game on launch. All locations feature different weather and times of day, and on top of that, at times, a location might have special conditions applied. These are events that take place on a map that changes how this map is played and what rewards it offers. Some of these are called night raids that take place at night, where the loot is better and the threat of Ark is higher. Other conditions are harvest season that offers higher yield of nature loot, like fruit, which have different like passive effects like being able to heal you or giving you extra stamina, or electromagnetic storm, hidden bunkers, etc., to name a few. The Rust Belt is a place of constant change and offers all kinds of challenges, so these special conditions can help you kind of get what you're looking for, and also just help switch up the game a little bit as well, and also the gameplay. If it's like a rainy, dark night, it gives a whole different vibe to if it's like a sunny, cloudless day. You know, it just like helps to make the game feel different and shape up the actual gameplay as well, of course. Speranza, home. Due to the Ark threat on the surface, humans have created a new living in the relative safety below the surface. It's here raiders come home to after visits topside. Here you can perform various different actions and build your own personal home below. So for anyone that's played other extraction shooters, this is like your little hub or your little hideout, or just that kind of a thing where if you're not in game, this is where you're going to be. It's basically like a lobby or the menu. This is where you can upgrade all your viewer stuff and increase your, your different like passive skill levels, but I'm sure this is going to get into all of that. Performing various actions topside grants your raider experience points, XP, and when you reach certain thresholds, your raider level increases. For each level, the raider is also awarded skill points that you can spend to learn new skills and abilities. So you get XP for doing stuff, and when you level up by just getting lots of XP, then you will have a skill point which you can use on an ability. There are a plethora of choices here, so you will be able to configure your raider to your personal preference. A more mobile raider, more stealthy, carry more, the choice is yours. So the skill points are like nice passive buffs, but nothing broken. That is how I would best describe them. So one of them is you can fall from higher heights without taking fall damage. Another one is when you're falling from a height, you can do like a little roll as you're about to hit the floor. That will make you not take as much fall damage or not even take damage at all. Another one is you move like faster when you're crouch walking. Another one is you just like have a higher weight limit. Another one is you loot stuff faster. So in extraction shooters, whenever you loot an item, normally it takes a second for you to actually discover what that item is. In this game, if you use a skill point, you can make it so that the item takes like less longer to identify. And then you can also, there's a thing in this game called breaching, which is where you use your sledgehammer, which is your melee weapon that you always have on you, to like open like kind of sealed off areas or containers. And there's a skill that makes that faster as well. So there's a bunch of stuff here that's basically just like quality of life, passive skill points. But hey, you're going to find all of that out for yourself in like 2 days, or tomorrow actually, by the time this video is going live. So I guess you'll just wait and see. Topside, there are also feats to complete. These are small objectives like destroy 5 wasps, etc., that upon completion grants you your raider cred. These cred can then be spent to unlock rewards in raider decks. These are essentially different pages with rewards, and as you unlock rewards, new pages become available. There will be both free and paid raider decks over time, and while most of them are permanent, some are time limited as well. So I'm assuming this is just like some type of battle-y pass thing. There is also the Codex. This is a growing repository of your raiders' accumulated knowledge about Ark, the people and places in the Rust Belt. The more you progress, the more entries you will unlock. So just in-game encyclopedia of all of the enemies and all of that kind of stuff. Your workshop is where you will be able to upgrade, craft, and repair your gear and weapons. Your workshop itself can be upgraded too, and as you progress, you will be able to craft more and better gear. And then this is just a picture of one of the NPCs that you can talk to in your hideout, I believe. The traders of Speranza are central figures in the community, and as you will find out, they often have different agendas. They will send you on quests that will tell you the story of the Rust Belt and reward you for your help. The traders will also trade you items and buy items you do not need. There are also trials to complete every week. These are harder challenges that come in multiple difficulty levels, and if you perform well, you will be ranked on Speranza's Raider leaderboards. Every week, new masteries and rewards will be available. So there's going to be presumably different rewards for completing like weekly challenges, but I'm not sure about that. It might just be like XP and stuff. You will also do larger projects in Speranza, and Virgil outlined the details of the expedition project here. So I'm not going to get into this right now. If you want to know about this, just go watch my previous video. But basically, the way the game is going to wipe is that there are no mandatory wipes at all, and every 8 weeks, so after every 8 weeks, if you've like fully upgraded your project to its like maximum, so in your hub, like where your workbench is, where you craft stuff, where you upgrade your skill tree, where all of that stuff is, you also have a thing called projects. And in your projects, you're going to be able to make like a rocket. Basically, it's going to launch into space, and to make that, you have to like find materials and then deliver it to the project. So let's say you have to find like 5 batteries and 5 metal parts for the first level of the project. You find them, you get them, you bring them out with you, you turn them in, and then if you like craft it, you unlock level 2 of the project. There's like a solid few levels to the project. There's like 6 or 7, and if you manage to do all of those 6 or 7 levels to the project within 8 weeks, then on the 9th week, you will be able to get some type of perks. Some are permanent, some are not so permanent, and like rewards for doing it. So there's basically like non-mandatory wipes that will reward you for doing them via in-game cosmetics and other stuff like that. I believe that's the best I can describe it. And you have 8 weeks to do it, and then on the 9th week, you can choose to wipe if you want to, and if you don't want to wipe, then you don't have to, and you can just do it next time. And that's how it's going to work. Preparations. Ready to go topside. You can customize your raider. Well, I should also say that what a wipe is that if you choose to wipe, it gets rid of all of your stuff and you start again. But like with those extra like permanent rewards that you get, like cosmetics, or with like a passive quality of life buff that will last until the next wipe. That's also a thing there. So just to explain that a little bit more. But if you want to know all about that, then do just go watch my previous video. Anyway, preparations. Ready to go topside, you can customize your raider and make the raider you want to be. You can customize your raider with different faces, face styles, hairstyles, and body type. Additionally, you can choose cosmetics that come with a wide array of color options and details toggles that let you define your style. No raider is complete without a backpack, so you will have options there as well as backpack attachment and charm. So I think the charms are going to go in your backpacks instead of your weapons as well, which is cool. Additional cosmetics can be unlocked by completing quests, leveling up, being unlocked in raider decks, or be purchased in the in-game store. I think I'll probably play this quickly. Just like small showcase of all of the different things you have here. I cannot 2x this, so I'll just skip through. You got your different faces. You have your different like face paints here, so you can like, choose what you want there. You have a bunch of different hairstyles, and then you can obviously choose what archetype of character you want to be. And this is just showing off some of the clothing. You can see most of them here. I can go full screen here for a second. You can see most of the clothing options here. You can see you can like change the color of the clothing. That is my recommended stuff at the bottom that you are seeing. You can see you can just manually kind of change different individual details of the outfit, and that's like that for most of the skins. I guess I'll go through, and then you have your backpacks as well. I think I missed a thing. That's the skins. Here's your backpacks, bunch of different backpacks as you can see, and then you have your charm that you put on your backpack, which looks like this. So they equip this one. You can see it kind of just dangling off the bottom of the backpack there. But these are charms. I don't know what the other thing was. This is an attachment. So you've got backpack attachments and then backpack charms. Just 2 different individual things that you can use to customize your backpack. And then, of course, you have emotes, which are being shown here. And then you have Scrappy, which is a chicken that gives you free stuff. And you can change skins for him as well. Oh, you can put a bucket on him. That is cool. Oh, those are quite fun. Anyway, looking dapper certainly helps, but alone will not be able... Sorry. Looking dapper certainly helps, but looks alone will not be able to carry you through the dangerous topside. You need some good weapons and gear as well. Customize your raider to fit your playstyles with a plethora of weapons, everything from the Rattler, which is a simple automatic rifle, to the Volcano, a close-range shotgun. to more high-tech weapons like energy weapons like the Equalizer and more. There is a lot to choose from here, and you can further specialize your weapons by adding attachments or taking them to your workshop for full-on upgrades. So there are attachments in this game. The way the attachments normally work is they'll be like extended mag 1, extended mag 2, and then extended mag 3. Extended mag 1 is going to give you like plus 5% ammo, and extended mag 3 is going to give you like plus 15% ammo or something like that. And it's basically just like that for everything. So there might be like a muzzle that reduces your recoil, and there'll be like muzzle 1, muzzle 2, muzzle 3, and like grips, grip 1, grip 2, grip 3, and like grip 3 will reduce your recoil the most, and grip 1 will reduce your recoil the least, and so on and so forth. Also, normally in extraction shooters, you just like buy most of your stuff. In upgraders, you're going to be crafting most of your stuff, but I assume we're about to get to that at some point soon. Gadgets are useful tools topside, and you can equip your raider with everything from lure grenades to trick the arcs, to zip lines, mines, door blockers, grenades, flares, bandage, etc. The list goes on. So zip lines are for zipping across like pretty long distances. Mines, like proximity mines and stuff like that, so that when someone steps on them, they blow up. Door blockers to make it so that someone has to like kind of breach a door, which takes a while to do before they can actually open it. Grenades are grenades. Flares are for making someone think that you downed them. So when you get downed in this game, you automatically set off a flare. So what you can do to be real sneaky to try and bait someone is you can set off a flare manually, and someone might think that you're downed if they were shooting a lot. So you can try and like kind of bait people to come towards you and trick them into thinking that you're down when you're not. And the bandage is just for healing. You can also find some of these gadgets topside, but in most cases, you are better off coming topside prepared. You would be crafting most of these things. You can purchase them, but crafting them is going to be like cheaper and easier, assuming you have all of the parts. The shield and augments are two items that further allow you to customize your playstyle. Do you want to be fast and light and sacrifice carry capacity, or perhaps you want to maximize your offensive capacity for more gadgets and ammo? Maybe heavy shields are your thing. So there's different types of shields. There's a light, medium, and heavy shields. And the light like makes you fast, but doesn't offer that much protection. The heavy shield makes you kind of slow, but offers a lot of protection. And then the augments are kind of like little perks that just kind of attach to whatever shield it is that you are carrying. Being a raider means that sometimes you run low on items. Thankfully, there are ways to get back on your feet. First, there are free loadouts. These are a set of items given to you by the citizens of Speranza to help you on your way. Feel free to use whenever, no strings attached. So, this is a scav run, basically, and what this means is even if you have, let's say you have like absolutely no loot, let's say your inventory is completely empty and you have absolutely no money whatsoever, whenever you want to, you can just use a free loadout. The game is going to give you a random loadout. It's going to half your inventory space, and then you can just play the game. So in most games, when you do like a free loadout run, or a scav run is normally what they're called, because that's what they're called in Tarkov. In most games, when you do a scav run, it's not your main character. You can't do quests on it, and like you normally have like pretty bad stuff and like a bad amount of inventory space and so on. In this game, when you do a free loadout run or a scav run, you're on your main character, so you can still do quests. You have your inventory, but it's just halved. That's like the only difference. It's your character, you're gonna have your skins on there, you're just gonna get like a completely free random loadout, and also you can do it whenever you want. There's no cooldown on it, or at least there wasn't in the previous playtest. So you could just like keep doing it if you want to, and just like get pretty rich that way with absolutely no risk whatsoever and a lot of reward. Secondly, there is your trusty rooster friend Scrappy that has a very nice habit of collecting items for you. Thank him by trading him or give him some nice cosmetics too. So Scrappy is basically this chicken right here that's going to like every few hours or something, he's going to give you a sizable amount of like the most basic crafting materials. So like metal parts, plastic parts, and so on. And if you upgrade him, he's going to give you those more frequently. So he's just like a way of getting like the most basic crafting materials, which you need to craft other stuff. And you can upgrade him as well so that he gives you the stuff faster, or he gives you more stuff over time. It does take time to do, so it might like take maybe a few hours for him to like have the maximum amount of stuff that he can give you, but it's always just like passively happening over time, even if you're not in game. So, are you ready to become a raider? The Rust Belt awaits, full of challenges, treasures, and untold stories. Whether you choose to brave it solo or forge alliances, Arc Raiders offers a dynamic and evolving experience we hope you will all enjoy. Pre-order rewards. To celebrate the Server Slam, we have added an additional pre-order reward, the Bruiser Bundle, for all players who purchase any edition of Arc Raiders ahead of launch. And then we'll see here, it's like a skin, maybe it's not the skin, Lucky Duck and Bruiser. That's the Lucky Duck, and I think this is the Bruiser. I think it's this charm and these boxing gloves right here. It's gonna tell me right now though. All pre-orders receive the Bruiser Bundle, including Bruised Face Style. I think they look bruised right there, so you can see that. Punch Hands emote, so there's going to be an emote that isn't shown here. Oh no, it is shown here. This is them doing the Punch Hands emote, I presume. And Boxing Gloves Backpack, which is this right here. Attachment, the Lucky Duck Bundle, including the Hatchling Backpack and Golden Rubber Duck Backpack Charm. So the backpack, the duck, the boxing gloves, the emote, and the like kind of face paint stuff on the face here are what you get in this bundle. See you topside soon, Raider. Best of luck, Alex. The last thing I want to mention, this covered like a lot. The only thing I want to mention is the crafting system, because they don't go into it a whole lot here. But the way the crafting system works is that all of the materials you get are very usable. They'll have like a primary use, a secondary use, and normally like a tertiary use as well that you could use like in raid sometimes. But anyway, most of the stuff that you get in game you're getting them like sometimes for quests, yes, but mostly so that you can keep crafting your own kits, because that's very cheap to do, and so that you can upgrade your workbench or your hideout or your general hub. But normally you go into a raid, you like try and get a quest done, and then you try and like either go for PvP or you look for stuff that you can use to craft yourself another kit. Money, you do use money in this game. There is money which you use to purchase stuff, and you do sell stuff for money. But normally you just like recycle stuff into the more basic materials so that you can craft more stuff. Like 80% of the kits that you're going to be crafting, the 80% of the kits that you're going to be bringing into raid are kits that you're going to be crafting. You're not really going to be purchasing a whole lot, because it's just much easier and much cheaper and much more reasonable to be able to craft stuff. And the way the crafting stuff works is you have like a bunch of different stations. So you'll have like an ammo station, a weapon station, a recycling station, and you kind of have to upgrade them individually to be able to recycle stuff into like more advanced parts, or be able to craft better weapons, or to be able to craft better attachments for the weapons, and to be able to craft like not better ammo, but like different types of ammo. So like heavy ammo, for example. So there's like a bunch of different systems within the crafting system itself. I just wanted to try and explain that a little bit, because they don't really go into too much detail here, probably because it's quite complicated. Anyway, so just another quick little thing before we finish off. This is also posted in the Discord yesterday at the time that you're going to be seeing this video. And it says, from October 17th to 19th, anyone 16 plus can dive into Arc Raiders on PS5, Xbox Series X or S, Steam, and the Epic Games Store. You'll be exploring Dam Battlegrounds, which is the name of one of the maps, working through a selection of quests, and having a slamming preview of the full experience. It's free to play for the weekend, so experience a taste of Arc Raiders with your friends before launch on October 30th. Prepare yourselves and read all about the Server Slam here. And when you click to read all about the Server Slam here, it takes you to here. Now, I've read through this already, and there's like a lot of stuff that I've already kind of covered, so I'm going to do my best to read it in my head, read it quickly, and then tell you what you need to know. So, from October 17th to 19th, anyone can dive into Arc Raiders on pretty much any platform, and it's free to play for the weekend. And it says this isn't just another closed test; it's a full-scale Server Slam, so we can hit the ground running at launch. We're opening it up to everyone, and we're opening it up to everyone basically. So I don't think it's like not closed. This is like another open playtest that you're just going to be able to join, unless the servers get full, which is very, very, very possible. They might even start crashing, but hopefully not. Now why they're talking about this is because they want to generate hype for the launch, what we'll experience is it's just going to be the damn Battlegrounds map, which we've already talked about a little bit, but there will be special conditions like the electromagnetic storms and the night raids, and they'll probably do the Queen event. So the Queen is like a really big, giant, scary, evil arc that like is very scary and dangerous. And in the previous playtest, they did like events near the end of the playtest where everyone could go and try and take out the Queen and fight the Queen. They'll probably do something like that for this as well. They do say perhaps you'll even experience a visit from the Queen, so it's quite likely that they're going to do something like that. They talk about the traders. We'll have some quests to do that we will get some rewards for. In the server slam, you're only going to have access to early and mid-tier equipment. You're not going to have access to any end-game or like high-tier equipment. So you can craft like early and mid-game weapons. You can get access to all blueprints, but you're only going to be able to use the early and mid-game blueprints. We'll be able to test out the Raider deck, which is like the Battle Pass functionality type of thing. And in our workshop, we will have our basic crafting stations, which are our weapon, equipment, and medical stations, but we will not be able to upgrade them, meaning we're only going to have access to basic weapons, basic equipment, and basic medical stuff during this service lab. These are going to be in the game and like visible but not active. These are the projects, which is like the wipes, the trials, which is the like the leaderboard, I believe, and then the codex, which is the in-game encyclopedia. So you'll be able to like see these, but I don't think you'll actually have access to them and stuff like that. This is talking about the Raider decks, which is like the Battle Pass and Cred, which is what you get like the XP towards the Battle Pass already. We've talked about that. In the service lab, we're going to have wasps, ticks, bastions, and leapers, I believe. The Rust Belt is crawling with machines that don't care who you are or how many fights you've survived. Each one hunts differently. They are known as Arc. Here are a few you'll face, so I presume we're going to be facing these in the service lab. Their sounds might give them away. Listen closely for your low hum, a metallic skitter, the warning whine of a weapon spinning up. Use that knowledge to survive. So wasps are like basic flying enemies that aren't too tough or difficult to deal with. Ticks are the small little spider things that stay invisible and then jump on your face. Bastions are slow-moving tanks that annihilate anything in their sight. They're like big ground-based beasts. Basically, a beast is the wrong word. They're like large ground-based things that destroy you pretty quickly if you don't know what you're doing. You gotta like stay in cover and take them out pretty slowly. Leapers are agile jumpers that will close the gap before you can react. So I'm assuming all of those are going to be in the service lab because they're mentioning them here. If you're a new player, then you should plan your loadout. Breaching is loud, so maybe try not to do it. Stay alert and be smart. Rewards: if you play during the service lab and confirm your Embark ID, you can earn an exclusive backpack, which is the Service Lammer, and you can claim this when you launch the full game for the first time after the launch on October 30th. So do make sure that you confirm your Embark ID to be able to get access to the backpack. Here it says that they want us to help us test the systems and feel the tension, and just that they're trying to generate hype for the game before October 30th when it fully launches. And that is all. Enlist, resist. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. I will be making videos of the service lab when it comes out. I'm gonna try and stream. My PC might just crash. I'm having issues with my PC right now. Probably going to try and stream it though until my voice gets tired, and I will be making videos on the game. But that is everything that you need to know about Arc Raiders. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below about what you think of the game if you're looking forward to it. Do all of that cool stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.